Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos? This is Profesor Pablo with Learn Spanish Fast with Profesor Pablo. Gracias por estar aquí. We're on our journey through the present tense. This is part 6 of 8. We're looking at stem changing verbs again. This time the O in the stem will change to UE. Where will it change? A, B, N, all but the nosotros. Our example verb poder is to be able. Notice puedo, puedes, and puede all change the O to UE. Podemos does not, the we form, ABN, all but nosotros, and pueden changes to UE as well. So the stem change, just like the E to IE verbs, the stem change happens in all forms but nosotros. Our verbs, for example, you see all the O's here. Almorzar, to have lunch. Costar, to cost. Encontrar, to find. Contar, to count. Volar, to fly. Acostarse, to go to bed or to lie down. Recordar, to remember. Llover, one of my favorite verbs, to rain. Volver, to return. Morder, to bite, like a dog biting. Devolver is to return. This is a person returning from point A to point B. Devolver here is you're returning an object from person A to person B or from point A to point B. Resolver, solve. And soler plus infinitive means to tend to do something. Like we tend to go to church on Sundays. Solemos ir a la iglesia los domingos. Let's take a look at two IR verbs. Dormir is to sleep, and morirse is to die. Now notice all of these red O's are telling you that they are going to change to UE in all forms except the nosotros form as exampled here. Podemos. Almorzar. Let's do the we form. Excuse me. We have lunch. Almorzamos. We find. Encontramos. We count. Contamos. We fly. Volamos. We go to bed. Take our reflexive pronoun nos. Nos acostamos. Here are the AR verb endings. We remember. Recordamos. Llover, well, we're not going to say we rain, just like we don't say we cost. Volver, we return, would be volvemos. We bite, mordemos. We return, devolvemos. We solve, resolvemos. We tend to, solemos. Now, for IR verbs, remember the ending for we is imos, I-M-O-S. We sleep, dormimos. And we're not going to say we die, morimos. All right, let's get back now to our examples. Almorzar, I have lunch with my friends. I'm going to take that O, I'm going to change it to UE. Almuerzo con mis amigos. My mom has lunch with her co-workers. Mi mamá, change that O to UE. Mi mamá almuerza con sus co-trabajadores. Costar, it costs a lot. Cuesta mucho. The O changes to UE. Cuesta mucho, it costs very little. Cuesta muy poco. It costs $1. Cuesta $1. It costs $10. Cuesta $10. Contar, I count, cuento. I count on you, cuento contigo. She counts on us. Ella, change that O to UE. Ella cuenta con nosotros. Cuenta with us, con nosotros. Encontrar, I find a lot of money under the bleachers at a football stadium. Encuentro, O to UE. Encuentro mucho dinero debajo de las graderías. Contar, we count, contamos. I find, encuentro. Volar, I fly, TWA. Yo vuelo la aerolínea TWA. Vuelo mucho. I fly a lot. My dad never flies. Mi papá nunca vuela. My sister and brother always fly. Mi hermano y hermana siempre, change that O to UE, siempre vuelan, vuelan. Recordar. I remember, yo recuerdo, O to UE, yo recuerdo, do you remember? Recuerdas, recuerdas, do you remember? We always remember. Siempre recordamos. Let's go back here, acostarse. We know it's a reflexive verb. The pronouns are me, te, se, and nos. I go to bed early. Me acuesto temprano. Let's jump over to the ER verbs. It rains. It rains a lot. Change that O to UE, just like we did here. But now we're going to put this ending for it. Llueve mucho. Okay? Llueve mucho. Volver. I return tomorrow. Yo, O to UE. Yo vuelvo mañana. We return on Sunday. Volvemos el domingo. Morder. The dog does not bite. El perro no. You can't say morde. That's not going to cut it. El perro no muerde. Muerde. UE. El perro no muerde. Devolver. I return what I borrow. Yo devuelvo lo que pido prestado. Yo devuelvo. Resolver. He solves the problems. Él resuelve los problemas. We solve the problems. We're going to leave the O as it is. Resolvemos los problemas. Let's go here to soler. I tend to go to the beach, like in my free time. Change that O to UE, all but nosotros. I tend would be suelo ir a la playa. Susie tends to go to the library. Susie suele ir a la biblioteca. We tend to stay home on Saturday mornings. Solemos quedarnos en la casa los sábados por la mañana. Dormir, O to UE. I sleep a lot. Duermo mucho. My dad does not sleep a lot. Mi papá no. Change that O to UE. Mi papá no duerme mucho. We sleep 8 hours a day. Dormimos 8 horas al día. Morirse, talking about a plant, se muere. It's dying, se mueren. They are dying, the plants. Las plantas se mueren with an N. Change that O to UE. We know our regular verb endings for ER and IR. Remember the IR, we is imos, and ER is hemos. We know our AR verb endings, o, as, a, amos, an. And we know our reflexive pronouns are me, te, se, and nos. We know they go in front of a conjugated verb. And we know that these are stem-changing verbs. We know what the stem is. Anything that's not the verb ending. These are the verb endings. Anything that's not a verb infinitive ending or not a verb ending is the verb stem, right? And we know that these stems change, right? When does it happen? It happens in the stem. The O is going to change to UE in all forms except for the nosotros form. All right, those are the present tense. So we've had present tense regular verbs, we've had present tense irregular verbs, we've had present tense go verbs, we've had present tense ZC verbs, we've had present tense E to IE stem changing verbs, and now we have present tense O to UE stem changing verbs. We've got 2 more to go in our 6-step lesson with the present tense. And again, the present tense and what we call the past preterite, which is upcoming, once we master those, then all other verb tenses in the Spanish language are either based on the infinitive or the present tense or what's upcoming, the past tense. Then everything gets really easy. Okay? That should do it. Gracias amigos, es todo por ahora. Hasta la próxima lección. Have a great day. Eat well, sleep well, and go see your friends and have a great time. Hasta luego. Bye. Ciao.